I see that a lot of people are not into the religion thing because it's more about institutions and rules and not actually the experience of getting in touch with God. I don't think you have to have a religion to believe in God. I don't think you need to subscribe or ascribe to any religion to have an experience with God. Like I think and even this text of A Course in Miracles, to me, I find a lot more, I can fully understand atheists' perspective of why they're atheists, because and I'm gonna jump into this concept here because it's coming through, and it's basically one of the concepts that this course is talking about, is that a big misconception, I believe, of this world. And I think a lot of people think that God created this world, but through the lens of this text, God did not create this world. That it's the ego mind, the split in the mind, which actually created this world. So imagining basically, okay, the loving hands of God, perfect peace, all is well, non-dual experience. And then it talks about the tiny mad idea that thought there's something more. And it's that tiny little thought that, oh, there's something more than what is whole, which created this split in this mind. And that could be correlated with the Big Bang, creation of the universe, creation of form. And so this whole world is the world of the ego. It's the world of ego's creation, which I think is why so many people get confused and think, why is there so much shit in this world? Why does nothing in this world seem to lead to any sort of joy and happiness? A lot of people are really get mad at God or blame God because they're having shitty experiences in this world. But I think that the atheist perspective of like, well, if God didn't create this world, then I don't know, somehow that fits this model, because then we're actually bringing the responsibility back to our own minds to be able to come back to God. And so if an atheist is like, doesn't believe that God exists, but then they have this experience of actually experiencing God, to me that, I don't know, I feel like I'm not making sense here. And so feel free to ask questions if I'm not making sense. But yeah, to me, God is this experience of peace. And I think religion is more about trying to make that fit into the world, And so it makes sense to me why people are turning away from many religions. Not saying that people can't also have religion and be connected with God. And for many people that works very well, to have some sort of practice or ritual or coming together with other people in order to experience that. That's definitely doable. But I think for many people, the current institutions, the current religions that exist don't really get people in touch with that actual experience of God. Coming back to this, so that concept of A Course in Miracles of like, okay, here we are, peace, love, happiness, in this perfect little beingness, and then that split mind that has created all of this. This is kind of the crux of it all, and of all of the root of all of our pain and guilt that we seem to experience and project out into billions of others and all the things that are seeming to be happening. But it comes back down to taking responsibility of our choice to perceive in this split mind, and it's like these splits, all of these like bifurcations in our consciousness that have happened in any way, first with this first original split, but then also with every point that we've decided to, say, disconnect with our emotions or make a choice that's not in alignment. These are all just these little mini splits from this one big branch of one split. But the idea is that if we can actually like kind of trace those back and choose again, it's like instead of choosing to choose from to perceive the split. It's choosing to perceive actually the opposite of that, which is the wholeness. And like if we can kind of come back and take responsibility for all of these little splits that we've done in our mind, and come back and come back and come back to taking responsibility and choosing differently from that original split in mind, that's kind of how we come back to that wholeness. So I feel like we're on that seeming path of coming back, and whatever way it may take, it doesn't really matter how it looks in form. I just have that trust that we can all remember who we really are underneath it all, and really through the process of seeing all the things that are blocking us from it, which I think that's one of the gifts of medicine work, is like you can't hide from yourself. You can't hide from that through it, I don't think so.